Hey guys, Ken97-171, back with another ATS video. Today, we're back into the modern era. We are driving a brand new Cascadia. Built a new one, didn't bother to film it. We've got a couple of these. This time I put a 600 horsepower Detroit, modern Detroit, 2024 Detroit. It's about 600 horsepower, and I believe it's at 2,000. It's over 2,000 pound-feet of torque at 975 RPM. I paired it with a Eaton Ultra Shift. Picked a 215 differential ratio because of the high torque and low RPM that it can do. I did pick it's an automated manual. Normally I do the Eaton RTLO, which is a 16 plus 2. It has 2 low gears and then the rest of them. I thought with the low end torque of this, probably didn't need that. I think the Ultra Shift shifts a little quicker. I think it'll pair a little bit better. It is an automated manual transmission. The gear ratio is the same with 14 something to 0.73 with a 215 final. So the overall ratio is the same, but I think the spread is a little more even across the different gears. That RTLO has 2 lows and 16 regular gears, which can definitely be handy under certain circumstances, but I thought a more spread out ratio might do better with this. We will see. Got about 40,000 something in the box. I don't remember exactly what it is. 44.6. I repainted the trailer to match the color of the truck a little bit better, although I didn't really do a good job because it's actually blue and orange. But anyway, the trailer was white, so it looked terrible. All right, guys. This truck has all the modern stuff. Couldn't get the cat to load. This one you can't get the cat to load for whatever reason. Digital mirrors, got those all adjusted. Let us go through the information here. Try to find a cluster that we like. I believe that's fuel economy. There. Alright, off we go. It's 500 miles. We're headed to El Paso. We're going to be turning left out of here, it looks like. This place getting into here was kind of a pain. Came from that direction and then had to turn left to go to that dock right there. Again, I don't know why you have such a narrow entrance on these truck entrances.
Turn left.
I did put it back in automatic mode and I still ran over the curb. Put it in normal power mode.
Get ready to turn left.
We'll see how it does on the highway.
Turn left.
That is a bright orange, isn't it?
and then turn right. Turn right. Keep left.
See if I made a mistake on the gear ratio. Again, this has got 2,000 pound-feet of torque at 975 revs. I'm not on it all the way. I'm just about 3/4. Let's see what the engine. Let's see what that engine breaks in. This engine does not sound that amazing. Unfortunately, there aren't that many engine choices. There's more than there used to be. When this Cascadia first came out, the only engine available was the one that it came with. But there are some more choices now. But, like that International FLB, the cab over, that one has like every single engine choice from just about every mod works with that one. Really like that truck too. That International 9800 is a cab over also. Unfortunately, that one also has the same problem as this. It doesn't. There's not as many engine choices available for it. And the interior of that cab over, let me tell you, that thing is enormous on the inside. It's got a huge sleeper berth area. It actually has like walk around space. Where the FLB, whatever it is, basically the bunk is directly behind the driver's seat. And yet the wheelbase on the International 9800 is actually shorter and then has a giant cab, and it's because the cab overhangs the front axle significantly. Let's get her going here. Exhaust is fairly loud in this truck. That was way too fast for that curve. I was trying to not roll it. You know that the little digital camera there, right there, is the side view. Normally you'd have a mirror. I just fucking cut back. Man, I am driving like shit today. That little side mirror digital camera right there is a little distracting. because you see stuff going by on it. It's not really a camera, not really a view you would use that much. Tired today, guys. I almost didn't play the game. Almost just went to sleep. So I'm a little punchy right now. That engine brake sounds like shit. What I'd really like to put in this truck is like a 12-liter Detroit 60 series. And there were some available, but they're all...
Go straight on.
They're all in engine packs that don't have very great sound. None of the Z-Mod engines were available, so I didn't want to try it.
Keep left.
So far, our fuel economy is not very great.
Keep left. Go straight on.
Ordered a new TV. Should be here on the 1st. Got a 75-inch TCL, 4K, 144 hertz. Probably will not run the game in 4K. I'll probably, unless it'll do it, but probably try it in 1440p. Having a TV that's 24 inches bigger than what you have, or it's 25 inches bigger than what you have, is going to be an interesting adjustment. The transmission's keeping the engine in the right spot. We're sitting at 1,000 RPM right now, which is peak torque. And it's letting it drag down. We're down to 995 RPM, and it just downshifted when it didn't need to. It does seem to be kind of slow, which surprises me, but this truck might be heavy. I don't know. We really haven't had a chance to get up to like 65 or 75 miles an hour straight and flat and hold it. From here on, we might. Not in the top gear though. Let me put it in manual mode. I had it in manual mode, and I figured I'd give it a chance to we can do smart shifting. That's fine. Yep, we're at 994 RPM, which is at peak art. You know, it says the peak torque is at 975. That doesn't mean it's accurate or that it behaves that way in the game.
Go straight on.
Some of these engines don't behave as though they're at the way that they're labeled. You know, I've seen some that were labeled as 800 horsepower and they don't behave that way. Or you can tell it's fake by the way it revs up or whatever. Drop to about 920 RPM there. No need to downshift when you know you're going to get to the top of the hill in 5 seconds. You're much better off to stay in gear and just let it ride. Time you downshift and get the revs up and all that shit, you're over the top of the hill anyway, and it was a complete waste. Like driving this truck. It's pretty nice. I need to drive the new Kenworth the 680 T680 again. That's another modern truck with digital mirrors. Actually, speaking of that, I only need that one on. Why is everybody going so fucking slow? I keep wanting to look to the left for the mirrors.
Go straight on.
Maybe this truck only feels like it's going slow. I don't know. I'm going to reset the fuel economy real quick. Now that we're more straight and flat, give me an idea what the fuel economy is, you know, on a more straight flat surface. Which is kind of what I'm interested in. If we had a longer drive, which we kind of do, it probably would have averaged out, but this is a quick way to see what the fuel economy is like right now. 8.5. Falling. Oh, shit. Let's see if it makes... God, that bump is in the map. It does that in every single truck. See if it makes me pull in. Please pull in. The only reason I'm going to pull in is because I'm curious to see what the truck weighs.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Oh, that engine brake sounds like shit.
Go straight on. $80,800. Worse. What did we say the cargo? What did that say? 80,200, I think.
this, and we're 44,600. So the truck and trailer weigh about 35,000 pounds combined. That's about right for a modern truck. All right. This will drop that fuel economy back down to into the fives. We're doing this little acceleration here, but see if it recovers. What's weird to me is how, like, as the RPM's climbing, you can hear the turbo come up. And yet this thing's supposed to make peak torque at 975 RPM. And you don't hear any turbo at all, which is it's kind of weird to me. Could just be the way it's programmed, you know, I don't know. Wanted to do a short trip just because I'm pretty tired. There's another bump that's in the map there. Something I do not like. You got a full digital display in front of you, and they wasted all of that space with that idiotic analog speedometer and the tach on the right. Like, why did you bother to put a big analog speedo when you got a digital speedo right there in front of you? That to me, they should have made the big dial the tach, and then put the speed right in the middle of the circle, you know, with a big number. That'd have been way better use of space. That whole thing is a digital display, that whole dash, and it's like all that empty space. You make the little temperature thing and the oil pressure. Why do you make that so small? Why does it need to be that tiny when you got all of that giant screen to use? To me, that's kind of weird that they do that. You see a lot in automotive displays too, where they got a giant screen and then they have almost no customizations and tiny little fonts. It doesn't make any fucking sense. What's the point of a digital display with numbers that are tiny? You know? The fuel economy's starting to climb back up. We're back up to 6. Speed limit dropped to 65, but this guy's putting his brakes on. Okay, that International 9800 cab over. One of the engines that is available is the S13 from International, but it's also a basically Scania. That's a brand new engine, and you can get the T14 automatic in it. Kind of an interesting combination. Old ass 80s truck with a brand new powertrain in it.
Keep left.
Went into El Paso. It's interesting though.
Keep left.
Oh my God, what are you doing? This happens in real life in El Paso too, let me tell you. Let's slow down to 40 miles an hour to exit the fucking highway. God. There was a massive wreck on, was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago? I'll show you where it happened when we get to it. Whoever was at fault, I hope they have good insurance. They're gonna need it. So you see that last sign, like this one up here too, that has the, well, these are two separate ones, but here, hold on. Now see, that's a giant hoop that runs across the whole highway. There's another one up here at Airway, which we'll go past here in a minute. Don't know if they have it rendered that way in the game. Don't know what caused the accident or who was at fault. Haven't heard anything about that yet, but so this Airway Boulevard, at the exit, there's a giant sign that runs across the whole interstate, and it's a big one. Yeah, they don't have it rendered that way here. They just have this airport sign right there, but I don't know exactly where it happened, but basically someone crashed, hit the thing, and then fell. They crashed and went over the side of this embankment, dropped about 30 feet to the ground. The car caught on fire,
and then exit right.
But they took out the entire you know, this that whole hoop thing right there. They took that whole thing out, collapsed it down onto the interstate. Where the fuck is this taking me? Okay, it's right there. There's actually, I mean, in real life, you could have got off here and then went that way, but they don't have a crossover. Okay. So we're back up to 7 miles
Keep
per
left,
gallon.
and then turn left.
It's not bad, not the best I've seen.
Turn left.
Use the U-turn thing. Got to be careful because actually you have to yield to traffic there. Really kind of like that international LT. I've got 3 of those in the game now.
Keep right, and then turn right.
If it had digital mirrors in game, that would be great.
Turn right. Keep left, and then turn left.
Target.
Turn left.
Where the hell's the entrance? Oh, it's at the street. Okay.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. We are finished.
Oh, that was a hell of a bump. Let's see what we're at here. Oh, that's great. It's right there. I think. Go over here. Try to do a, of course, you got that fucking fork truck in the way. That kind of shit, it's absolutely hell on those trailer tires and the tandems. You'll hear the structure back there creaking and groaning and all kinds of shit. It's really bad for the frame back there. you gotta do what you gotta do, but there's a lot of rotational force. So you end up scrubbing the tires pretty badly because they're not moving forward much, but they're twisting. Sometimes some are moving backwards and some are moving forwards. It's just not really what you want to be doing. Nope, wrong way. So I'm excited about the TV. Be fun to kind of play the game. And oh my, I went way too. Maybe not bad. I fucked that all up though. Cut it way. Actually, it's actually a pretty long. After driving those cab overs, it's actually a pretty long semi. I think the International LT is the wheelbase is quite a bit shorter on that truck. Be careful, there's a pole right there. Okay, it was fucking stupid. Let's just move it that way. That way. Get away from the wall rather than trying to pull away from the wall while you're up against the wall. Ooh, don't hit the fucking forklift. There we go. Now we're in better shape. Oh, gee, thanks. Now you're going to offer for me to skip the, It's actually a shit park job. So you can see the yellow on the, dock door, and you can't overhear. You would never actually want to do that to somebody. You would want to square it up. See, there's a yellow. You really want to be able to see both yellow lines on the dock door. No, wrong way. You can see them back there, the yellow lines. You really want to be able to see both yellow lines on each side of the truck. That's better, but not perfect. Yellow, yellow. It's probably good. It's always nice for the dock guy because that way it's centered in the dock. All right, guys. That'll be it for that trip. Let's see what the average fuel economy was there. 6.5. Not terrible. What was it in the truck? Yeah, 7 from the last time we reset it, so not bad. All right, guys, that'll be it for the trip, for the video. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Signing off.